Hello everyone, Assalamu alaikum. Good evening. I hope you are doing well. I hope everyone is spending the rest of the summer vacation in the best circumstances possible. Thank you for being faithful to this YouTube channel and to this content that we are offering. In fact, I would call it an exchange more than a content, because saying it's content means everything springs from me. Not everything springs from me, of course, because there is this interaction. I would like to thank you very much for your generosity with the encouragements that I have seen on the last videos. Really generous of you, really kind of you. I think you. Okay, thank you very much, Mariam. Yasin, I'm starting from the bottom, or let me start from the top. Okay, so Si Mustafa Murshid, as usual, is the first. Thank you very much, Si Mustafa. Nouni Nounous, أهلا وسهلا. I hope you're doing well. Si Jamal, مرحبا. أستاذ اعتماد, أهلا وسهلا. I hope you're doing well. Nathalie Leblanc. Thank you very much, Nathalie. Thank you. Si Hamza, thank you very much. Mista Zakaria. عندك تكتب لهم ميستا في هذا في الكونكور. Ahmed Awina, I'm just joking. I know it's okay. Anyway, so Ahmed Awin, Haytham Zakaria, Yasin Sen, Mariam. Hello, everyone. Thank you very much. Nathalie Leblanc, Dua, MH, Fatima Salam, Universe, hello. Yunus, hello. Sada Zineb, Ahlan wa Sahlan. Siad B and Asma B, thank you very much. The same castigation applies. 22 viewers against 13 likes. Yesterday we had three, people who I characterized as Msmomi. Now I think I have more. One of them, Msmomet, apologized because she said that she did not she did not notice. Okay. Anyway, thank you very much. Sirimat marhaba. Has yeah. Hello. Anyway, so 18, now 20. I need two more and then no more. Anyway, I'm just, this is not for any obvious purpose. So likes for no obvious purposes. Very nice. Glad to see you again. Thank you, Si Imad. Marhaba خويا, marhaba. Marhaba everyone. Today we are going to continue to work on previous exams. I think I have, is it 2021 or 80? Because I was considering one of them. Anyway, I think it's the one I have in here. It's 2021, which means it's recent, which means that the questions are likely to recur. Not necessarily the same, phrasing, but, the content might not be. As you can see, even when we go through these questions, there are elements of the answers that repeat. Okay, we're working on that, yes. And today I have decided to go maybe to the other test, the other exam, the one was given in 2021, just for you to see how questions might recur, or elements of questions might recur. What is new today in this session, and I don't know whether you will hail the idea or you will simply disagree with it, is that apart from working on the elements relating to grammar and didactics, we will also handle the essay question, how to come up with an essay, what to observe, what not to observe, okay, what to include as an element of the answer. So we have a sample question and we may have, a sample essay skeleton. Thank you very much. I think we were working on that was the point, that yes, we worked on that, and we worked on a number of them anyway. Even we worked on the one from 2012. Anyway, do you think we should carry on because we have 21 viewers here, or do you think we better wait? You suggest, ladies and gentlemen. Or if you have a question that I think I should answer in the meantime, then I can do that without any problems. If you have a specific request, then you are welcome, of course. And by the way, there is Thank you. Look at the beautiful expression. It's your culture. Thank you so much. Well, I just need to serve notice of one thing, please. There's something I would like to tell you. Now, if what we are doing here does not help, for example, not just what we're doing here, if your preparation for the examination, the teaching exam, does not end up in you being accepted, then of course understand that there are very prestigious high schools, private high schools that may offer a very prestigious, salary. And if you apply with this knowledge, okay, that you have prepared, then of course you stand very high chances waiting for maybe another chance. I'm addressing those people who may not, okay, make it for one reason or another. Okay, it's normal. It's normal not to be accepted. It's normal to be accepted. It's just like that, rarely do we get our dream achieved, on day one. So happens. All right, very good. But this is to fill you with a lot of motivation and a lot of encouragement, and that knowing something is better than not knowing it. It will come in handy anyway. In the course of your lifetime, the new piece of information that you learn will one day come in handy, as I said. Mr. Zakaria says, Professor, I was advised to do a PhD, which is no longer a PhD in the proper sense of the term. It's just a misnomer. PhD is a misnomer. We call it a doctorate, Zakaria. The technical word, if you want, is doctorate, not PhD. Never mind. Professor, I was advised to do a PhD in a central city rather than a smaller university for better opportunities. Do you think location really matters? Or, well, that's a very good question, Zakaria. And this is one way of. So my answer to this is that this is an excellent piece of advice that you should never trust. In other words, this is nonsensical. The ones who told you nonsense. I'm sorry to say this. As long as Moroccan University, is affiliated to the Ministry of Education, of higher education, as long as you have a legal degree, it's not a variable in recruitment at all. Chances are that someone who has, I will not name names, but someone who comes with a doctorate degree from a very remote city will not be discarded just because his or her competitor has his diploma, is lucky enough to live near the big city and have a diploma there. No, not at all. I claim that this has never been the case. As in my capacity as jury member, in more than, I think, I admit this, more than 30, the minimum is 30. I have been involved in jury membership for a long time, and it was never brought up at all. Wherever, just get something that is official, come equipped with enough linguistic competence, and come mature. Some candidates do not show maturity. Prepare for your interview, and there you go. So you work on your articles. You need to have enough publications. Is it competitive? Yes, it is competitive. But exclusion is never on the basis of where you get your diploma from. Not at all. On many occasions, there are people who are rejected while their degrees are from a large city, and there are ones who get accepted thanks to the competence they have shown. That's all. This is not at all the case. So if you were told this, just say okay and do what you are supposed to do, Mr. Zakaria. So غير أخي، هادشي غير الهضره الخاويه. انا كنقول ليه هضره خاويه لا اساس لها من الصحه، وان الناس اللي زعما يعني خصك تكون محظوظ تولد في شي بلاصه حدا الرباط ولا حدا كازا ولا حدا شي بلا مراكش مثلا باش تكون. لا هادشي كانوا كيقولوه لينا الناس قدام. كيقول لك الا جيتي من منطقه جبليه راه ما كيكونش. انا سمعنا هادشي، وهاي انت غتجي من داك الجبل وهذا غادي لا، راه المناصب كيتعطاو، ولكن هذا خطا. انا الا جيت زعما I will not I don't hide these things. انا الا وريتكم في المنطقه ديالي منين جيت، فين تزاديت وفين كبرت وفين قريت الابتدائي وفي سنوات الثمانينيات، اوكي، راه غتقولوا مستحيل الانسان يدير شي حاجه في حياته، ولكن الحمد لله. يعني يقول لك انت من هاد لا ريجيون ولا انت من هاد المنطقه النائيه، نو 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 نو، العكس تماما. انا ما عمري ما دوزت شي كونكور، والحمد لله زعما لا في الاكسبتنس في الدكتوراه ولا في الماستر ولا في الاجازه ديالي ولا في التوظيف ولا في، لا هادشي ما كاينش. ومعنا اصدقاء اللي من مناطق نائيه جدا، يعني واخا هما قراو في ذاك ربما في مدن بعيده شويه على، ولكن ما هذا لا علاقه. نو، هادشي ماشي فاريابل، وماشي شي حاجه كتاخذ بعين الاعتبار. اللي كيتخذ بعين الاعتبار هو اول حاجه هو شهاده الدكتوراه تكون كتعبر عليها لا تيز ديالك، ماشي لا تيز مخربقه وما العنوان مكتوب خطا والابستراكت مكتوب كاع مخربق وما تصحات فيها والو. راه كاين لي تيز كيجيونا هكا، ولا التخربيق ديال سميتو في لا بوبليكاسيون، كتدفع كتخلص الفلوس باش يبوبليو لك so that they I'm sorry I'm speaking درجة so that they will publish articles for you. غادي تجي انت تجيب لنا 26 ولا 28 ولا 30 article كلهم from predatory journals. You see, this is an insult to people's intelligence. No, so work the right way, do what you are supposed to do. Nobody will call into question your capacity and your eligibility for becoming a professor at all. Is there a follow-up to this? اوكي. انا من الزاق لا تذكر الا في الحراره والكوارث. الحمد لله السي مصطفى هو معنا، وحنا كاع انا براسي جيت من منطقه نائيه. وفاش كنقول لك نائيه ديال الثمانينيات، راه الكوليج راه ما كاينش. الكوليج يعني الاعدادي راه ما كاينش عندنا حنايا. الا بغيتي تقرا في الاعدادي خصك تمشي تكري وانت ولد 12 عام ولا 13 12 عام، حيت ابتدائي ما كانش فيه السادس، كان فيه غير الخامس. سير كري وتعلم تطيب راسك وعندك ان بيجي محدود، وتعلم تصبن الحوايج ديالك، وتعلم تطيب ما تاكل، تجيغي راسك، وتعلم تقرا. اوكي سو نو، هادشي ما كاينش استاذي الله يحفظك. سو جاست تيك ات اوت. اوكي. السي محمد النعيم ازول السي محمد النعيم I guess is a speaker of Amazigh, I guess not of تشلحيت perhaps. Asma, if I might ask, how old are you, professor? Age withheld. مالي بتين من you know. Okay, thank you. All right. أقول لك الأج ديالي وغادي نسد صافي. I'm just joking. But anyway, أنا باقي شاب. يافيا. Just joking. Okay. Nice. السي مصطفى. Okay, I think you answered that. Razan, proud of you, dear professor. Thank you, Razan. Thank you. لكل جديد مشاهدي نصيف. That's true. Very good. Thank you, Si Mustafa. Si Ashraf, so we say, how young are you? Just to soften the question, how old are you? How old are you, professor, if I might ask? All right, I know it's just one way of... okay, because maybe our friend heard that I studied the primary school in the 80s, which is true. And anyway... Thank you very much, my dear friends. Do you think it's time for us to start? Because 38 people, maybe these people are waiting for, let me do it this time, this way. I hope it's going to work. Let me see. Voilà. Let me see. So let's start our language. نبداو نديروا هذا الشيء كامل، نخدموا على الاكزامان كامل. Okay, my friends? Not okay? Yes, please, yes. Right now, well, you know what's happening here. Okay, so I should do it this way. Copy, and then يا ربي خدم لينا هاد الشيء مزيان. Okay. Let me see if it will open. It has opened. Très bien. اسمحوا لي دقيقة هنا ما بغيتش نسكريني ندير لكم l'examen مباشر. J'espère que ça va marcher. Et voilà, donc tout l'écran, les onglets. Non, c'est pas ça. J'espère que ça va marcher. Ok. Les fenêtres. Voilà. Nice. I don't know if it's okay or not. Is it this way? Oh, sorry. Sorry, my friends. Patience, some patience, please. I just need to make it more visible for you. Voilà, نخدموا على 5 questions ولا in each round. So 1, 2, 3. Voilà, نديروا هاد 4 questions. D'abord. So let's work on the 4 questions here. Voilà. Okay, I did the zoom in. So I think this is the best title. Oh no, this is for comprehension. I'm sorry. Apologies, ladies and gentlemen. Apologies. These are reading comprehension questions. I'm still thinking of one way of covering a reading comprehension passage, an example of a reading comprehension part of the exam. Yeah, this is what I meant. نخدموا على هادو 16 17 18. Let me see. No. Apologies again. هي. Fine. 16 17 18. I think it's gonna work this way. Yes. All right. Okay. Now the question says, choose the right option, and we have this. Which of the sentences is not correct? For number 16, again, the same rule applies. You need to type the number of the question and the answer. Okay. The financer, Afak, please ask me at the end if you are still with us. Ask me at the end. I don't want to interrupt because we have started the exam now. Ask me this very important question at the end, please. So which of the following is not a correct sentence? Is it, he wears a suit and a tie to school? In addition, being shocked, she felt ridiculous. Many chances have made our city a nice place to live. My friends and I often have dinner out on the weekend. All of you say it's B. Absolutely, absolutely. So if we concur on the question on the answer to a question, of course we will just move on. Asma B, thank you very much. That's true. It's in addition to. There is an omission of a preposition. Thank you very much. Very good. Can we move on to question number 17 now? Which of the sentences is grammatically correct? It means we have 3 incorrect sentences and we have 1 sentence that is correct. Can we make an attempt? That's true. So in addition to being, thank you, Ahmed Awin, that's true. And maybe the message reached us late. Now we are on question 17. So question 17 says, which of the sentences is grammatically correct? Okay. We have Princess Diana often used to go to shopping in Harrods. All right. Whoever stole my chocolate is in a lot of trouble. Scarcely they opened the door when they saw they had been burgled. And I enjoy watching the film, going to the theater, and visiting museums. Now, which one, ladies and gentlemen? And if in case you have one and wonder which one is, okay, so 17, we have B, 17. Okay. So what's wrong with, for example, D? Very good. Thank you. I thought that there would be some who would choose D, but anyway, since you have chosen B, that's exactly the point. Now let's see what's the wrong with A. Thank you very much. Yeah, that's true. Watching films, going to theaters, and visiting museums. Can anyone, wait a minute. Can anyone tell me the exact word. Can you tell me, please, the exact why is D incorrect? Oh, thank you, Ahmed Awin. Very good. So we have a situation here called parallel structures, parallelism, because of the existence of and. So you cannot combine a noun, a countable noun with and, or any noun with and, with another noun without the and. You see? So you cannot say that. The car and train. It's the car and the train. Okay, very nice. So for how about C? Can anyone tell me why C is incorrect? مثلا سأقولكم طالب, if a student asks you, or a neighbor or a next door neighbor who is preparing for an exam or whatever, tell me why C is not correct. Ashraf, thank you Ashraf. Thank you Fatima, thank you. We need that. لا لا ما عندناش le besoin ديال that هنايا. The example is the answer is that we need to have an inversion. In C, why should we have inversion? What is it that forces inversion here? Can you tell me, please? Why should we have inversion? Why should we have inversion? علاش inversion? Because absolutely. So when we have a negative adverb, negative expressions in general, at the beginning of a sentence, inversion is necessary. You know, there are details here. There's a whole lesson on my YouTube channel on inversion. So just check, and of course, you will understand these things at length. It should be scarcely had they opened, scarcely had they opened, because we're talking here about two actions in a rapid succession, but we want to force the chronological order. Okay, thank you. Quick English boost. Thank you very much. Now let's move on to question number 18. I'd rather you didn't ask her about her husband. Means she wouldn't answer your questions about her husband. If I were you, I wouldn't ask her about her husband. It was wrong of you to ask her about her husband, and it was not necessary to ask her about her husband. This is more or less on functions. And so tell us which one. I think it's a bit somehow difficult, but I'm sure we have knights here, knights with K, of course. Okay, it's C. It was wrong of you. B, Iman. So we have Hamza, we have Iman. Hamza and Iman have provided different answers. And Maryam says it's B. Haytham says it's C, B, C, and even D. Okay, thank you, ladies and gentlemen. I think we need to open a bracket here and explain the difference here. أهلا سي أبو بكر, أهلا وسهلا. Okay, so well. Now, just imagine a situation where, for example, you have a husband and a wife talking about what? About someone who is not there. Maybe the neighbor. Okay? Just imagine the husband asked this woman about her husband. The man asked the woman about her husband. And the neighbor left, and the woman is trying to talk to the husband about, okay, she prefers that he did not ask her that question. You don't ask their neighbor that question. Is this an advice? If it's an advice, B should be correct. Because if I were you, I would, or I wouldn't. That's a piece of advice. I think B here should be ruled out. A, nobody said A, so it's ruled out. C or D, is it? It was not necessary, or it was wrong of you. I'd rather you didn't ask about her husband implies that you made a mistake in asking her about her husband, presumably because she is very sensitive. So it was a mistake. So it was wrong of you. Here, C would go, would be better. Okay? Why? Because C competes with B, and B, it's an advice. If I were you, I would. If I were you, I wouldn't. Okay? That's more for advice. It was wrong of you to ask her about her husband. Okay? But unnecessary. I'd rather you did not. Yeah, but you have I'd rather. This is what forces choice C. Okay, I'd rather you didn't ask her about her husband. Means that it was a mistake on your part to ask her about her husband because it was not necessary. Maybe you needn't have asked her. That would be a better expression. You needn't have asked her. That's the absence of necessity, the absence of obligation. Okay, but here it's the preference. We say I'd rather you didn't do something. You didn't do something. It means that you are blaming someone for having made a mistake, in a polite way, of course. Okay, so is there any reaction to this, or should we move on to the next one? نمشيو next one. Okay. I didn't get it. How to deal with this question? Big bro. Here, number 18, we imagine a situation where there were three people: the husband, his wife, and the woman who is a neighbor. Now, I'm just giving you this simple example just for you to understand. Oh, sorry. Let me branch the cable here. All right. Very good. The battery. All right. Nice. Imagine this, because the husband is very spontaneous, very rash. He asked the woman about her husband. For example, I don't know. Does he cater for his family, or does he something that is probably sensitive? And this provoked something in the neighbor. Maybe she was sensitive. The neighbor, okay, so the neighbor left, the woman who is a neighbor left, presumably because she is put off or she is maybe angry. And the woman is telling her husband, it's like, you shouldn't have, it's something like this, you shouldn't have asked her that way. So I'd rather you did not do it because, look, for example, she is sensitive and she is. All right, my friends. Okay, so can we move, please, to the other one? Other ones, rather. So 19. Yeah. 19. Yeah, 19. Can you see 19 now? No, I should upload. Sorry. Okay, there's 19 in there. Yeah, sorry. 19. What's happening here? Excuse me, my friends. Sorry, let me do it again, please. Otherwise, I'll be doing the screenshots and make it better. Let me try for the last time. If it does not work, I'll resort to screenshotting, please. To screenshooting, rather. Okay. 16. لا ماشي 16. Sorry. Let me do it again. 16. Sorry. Chrome anglais Chrome. ها هي anglais Chrome. هي هذه. الPDF هو هذا. Let me 19 exactly ها هو. صافي ها هي. That's 19. Thank you so much. Alors, so we have number 19. They, and then we have space. The deal when the manager, and then another space, then an hour later. Is it they were negotiating and then rejoined, or have negotiated am joining. While I'm joining زعما حتى هذا anyway. Okay, they will negotiate would rejoin or would negotiate had a join. I think this is very easy, isn't it? Yes, 19A for Ahmed. The others, 19A, Ashraf said that before her, and Hamza and everyone. Athena, Ahlan Athena, thank you. Okay. Yalla, go ahead. 1919, no discussion because شوف, we will not spend time on things that are evident and self-explanatory. Yes or no? How about number 20 now? Let's go on. Let's go on, please, for number 20. Number 19, it's A, that's for sure. Alhamdulillah. It's for sure. Number 20. So I had to leave the party early yesterday, but I am sure yourself. Is it, I am sure you would enjoy yourself, or you have enjoyed yourself, you would have enjoyed yourself, or just you enjoyed yourself? Question number 20. Very nice, everyone. Very good, my friends. Great job. So you are showing, you continue to show a very good mastery of the grammar of the language. Inshallah, you will not have a problem here. Very good. You are. We have yesterday, so it's D. Thank you very much. Okay, number 21. Which clause best completes the following sentence? Which clause? We would have finished before the deadline. Is it, had she joined us early? Did she join us early? If she joined us early, or if she has joined us earlier? For number 21. For number 21, tell us, please. Between 37 and 40. اوكي دابا غير 39 وعندنا جوج مسمومين هنا باقي ما داروش لايك. Okay, nice. So for number 21, ladies and gentlemen, ابتسام احنا في لا كيستيون 21 سؤال 21 دابا. اوكي احنا خدامين على سؤال 21. alright. اوكي دونك احمد وفاطمه قالوا عماد دي و دونك حمزه ضياء سي. انا جو بونس هنا خص يكون شويه ديال الاكسبلانيشن. So we need to open a bracket here and check for the explanation, right or not? All right, that's true. So here I had to leave. Yeah. So look at this. We would have finished. Just the very moment, my friends, the very moment we would have finished. You have a subject and you have would have, and then the past participle. The very moment you have this, it means that automatically it's the second part of conditional type 3. هي اللي فيها would have plus past participle. It's the third conditional. So the first part, what is because there is this reversal. The other part, let's say the other part of this sentence means the clause has to have if. Yeah. It should have if and past participle. I repeat. In question 21, because we have a sentence that starts with we would have finished قبل ما نكمل انا كاع زعما الفاس عندي we would have finished, it means the other part of the sentence should involve conditional type 3, which is if plus past perfect plus would have. Do we have that in B? B ما فيهاش past perfect, out automatically. C, no past perfect, out. D, no past perfect, out. We are left with A. ولكن فينا هي if. Of course, in our previous meetings, we made the point that there is a possibility to express conditional type 3 without mentioning the if, and that you remove if and you replace it with gymnastics. You replace it with inversion. I gave you the example of if I had seen you or had I seen you. يعني شنو درت هنايا؟ if I had, I removed if بقات لي I had كنقلب كتولي had I, for maybe stylistic reasons, for other reasons. Is that okay, dear friends? Is that fine? مفهوم ولا ماشي مفهوم؟ يلا. Very good. Very good. So here I think you need to pay attention. This انا ما كرهتش تصوروا هذه وترجعوا ليها الناس اللي عندهم هذا المشكل هذا. الله يخليكم. Okay. Thank you. So let's move on to question 22. Choose the best option to complete the following sentence. We have a sentence and we have to complete. Okay, so do 22, please, ladies and gentlemen. As I was about to pay the bill in a restaurant, I realized, is it my wallet has been stolen? My wallet would have been stolen. My wallet had been stolen, or my wallet will be stolen. Very good. For 22. Asma B, you are asking a very important question. الإخوان continue to answer. أنا غنجاوب أسماء. أسماء لا, it's just a choice. It's just a choice. It's just that when you delete, now, at the beginning, as a user of the language, if you want to delete if or to leave it, it's your choice. But if you delete if, it's obligatory for you to invert. صافي؟ دونك l'inversion كتولي ضروريه فاش كنحيدوا الاف ديال third conditional. ما حنا الا بغينا نخليوه هكاك يعني it's fine. Wait a minute. Can I اللي كيتصنت ليا الله يخليك ندير واحد البوز هنايا. Please my friends, please. We'll have a pause here because I need to open a bracket about this inversion with conditionals. So inversion exists with respect to conditional type. Est-ce que je continue? صافي نرجع reset. Do you want me to open a bracket and say something more about the conditional, or do you want us to be practical and continue with question 22? I need to have a vote. الناس غنختار هذا. Yes what? Yes ما عرفتش شنو كتعني yes. Yes, open a bracket. Athena. Yes please. Conditional inversion. Very good. Open the bracket. Very good. Okay, thank you. واخا. Okay, مزيان. Look, ladies and gentlemen. Look, you listen to me. You lend me your ears. For conditional type 3, out. Means you put it aside because we have. So let's celebrate the fact that we know it. We know that it might involve inversion, and that when we delete if, we can replace by inversion. That's fine. That's the story that we know. But there is another type of conditional. Follow with me عفاكم وما تكتبوا شي حاجه اللهم الا كان الضروره وباش نشرح لكم ولا الا ما فهمتوش شي حاجه اكتبوا. Pour le moment. Okay. If I say just imagine, okay, we have an imaginary situation. Just imagine you have a car, you have bought a car, okay? And that after 1 year, maybe you tell me or you tell people, or I know that you want to change it. So maybe you want to sell it. So I'm 50% sure that you will sell the car. The other 50%, I don't know. So here, normally, as we have learned in our classes, we are supposed, if I want to ask you whether not to ask, but to put a condition, I can say, if you intend to sell the car, or if you think of selling the car, please let me know. Okay, that's correct. Another example number 2, وغادي نرجع لهم بجوج, okay? Example number 2. I know that, okay, you live with your family and your brother is someone who has a job in the city and there is a possibility and even a likelihood that you will see him. So I can tell you, if you meet your brother this evening, say hello to him. Now the probability or the chances of meeting your brother are 50%. Why? He may be invited, but there are chances that you will meet him anyway. So I use if the normal way. Okay? I repeat the two examples. Example one, I know that it's easy for you to sell the car. It's the idea might come to you. There is nothing that would say, well, he will not sell the car. No, because you spent 1 year, and you may even tell you may have told me, you may have heard that you are intending to. غادي نجي نقول لك, if you intend or if you think of selling the car, I will buy it from you. كاع باش ما نقولش فيها نستعمل الكونديشن العادي. All right. Now, example two, if you see your brother, say hello to him. Okay? Now let's take the two examples, but this time in different situations, in different circumstances. Now, just imagine that the person, my neighbor, أهلا سي سعيد, مرحبا خويا, مرحبا. Just imagine that this neighbor who has a car, he swore an oath that he will not sell the car until he drives it for 10 years. Why? Because he has taken a loan to buy it, or because he has been dreaming of getting the car, and he is very satisfied with it, and that even if you ask him to sell it to you at a high price, he will not sell it to you. So here, the chances of him selling the car are very low compared to the first example where he may have told me, etc. هنايا واش if I want to buy a car like his, I can tell him, أنا ما غاديش نقول له if you want to sell the car. علاش؟ حيت au préalable, حيت من الأول عرفتو باللي ربما ما محاج. Voilà. So here in these situations, when you use if at a time, when you know that what you're talking about is unlikely to happen, we add should to the conditional. So in the first example where I am half sure that he will sell the car, I say, if you think of selling the car. But in the second example, I am 95% sure he will not say it. See it? But if you sell the car, if you think of selling the car, if you should think of selling the car. The brother example, in the first situation, because the brother lives with the family, etc., they may meet, etc., I can say, if you see your brother, say hello to him. 50% yes, 50% no. But if your brother lives in another country and he rarely calls you, for example, I know that you will not see him anyway. Maybe if I meet you in another city, باش ما لقينا لك في مدينه واحده ما غاديش نقول لك اصلا الا شفتي سلم عليا, ما غادي عارف باللي كاين في كندا ولا في شي بلاصه اخرى, فرنسا ولا في هذا. You see? So here imagine we meet in another city and انا وياك قليل فاش كنتلاقاو, غنقول لك الاه صافا راه مسافر, نقول لك الا شفتي حتى في الدارجه راه كاين الفرق بين الا شفتي خوك سلم عليه ولا الا شتي. الا فكرتي تبيع السياره قولها لي, الا بغيتي تبيع يعني هذاك it means هاد شود هذه ديال لونجلي, it means okay. You understand me or no? We use should. Donc there is a difference between if you see your brother and if you should see your brother. If you see your brother, I know you may see him, there are chances. If you should see your brother, I know that there is no likelihood that you will see him, but anyway, if it just happens. فاهمين ولا ما فاهمينش هاد السيتويشنز هادو؟ استعمال ديال should. ياك؟ دابا نجي لو بوين باقي ما ساليتش. لو بوين شنو هو؟ هذا النوع ديال conditional type 1 اللي كتدخل فيها should, ياك؟ حتى هي كتخضع للقاعده ديال لانفيرسيون الا حيدنا ليها if. وبالتالي غادي نقول لك if you should think of selling the car, let me know. Or should you think of selling the car, let me know. If you meet your brother, say hello to him. If you should meet your brother, say hello to him. Or should you, okay, meet your brother, say hello to him. When you visit the websites. Thank you, Dia. Yes, with websites, for example, you might want to contact a university abroad, and they give you all sorts of detailed information there. والتحت شنو كيكتبوا لكم؟ واش كيكتبوا في الغالب راه كيقول لك should you need further details. Should you need علاش؟ Because they know that you don't need information because it's there. ولكن إلا كنتي مثالي should you okay should you think of should you be in need of it, contact us. داك الشيء علاش ما كيقولوش if you need further details حيت if فيها 50% هذا هو كيفاش كندخلوا عليها should وهذا الشيء غير في البريزنت ماي فريندز ها داكشي سيتوياسيون بريزونت. Okay, don't we invert in hypothetical situations in the use of should without if? You mean in conditional type 2? If there is one, it's very rare. ولكن inversion is salient in conditional type 3 and in conditional type 1 where the certainty is very low and the uncertainty is very high. A third example باش نسدوا القوس. A third example. Imagine it's November or October and it has not rained for days and the weather forecast says that it will be sunny and you see your mom can tell you if it should rain if it should rain it means there is unlikelihood. Okay, thank you Asma, thank you. There is a likelihood that it will not rain ولكن إلا صبات شتا. If it should rain and then you complete, I don't know, an action can be taken. Do you know the difference now? I hope. So I think I have احنا ربحنا بعد هاد الاكسبلانيشن. واش تي اللي كيتبع your academic companion. Okay, مرحبا بكم. We are friends, we are brothers and sisters. We need to share. مرحبا على الرحب والسعة. Anyway, can we move on please to question number 22. Donc هنايا so these conditionals are difficult to handle any piece of... لا سهلين حمزة. شوف الله يخليكم أنا هاد الشيء فيه جوج مراحل. There are two stages in handling these things. They are not as complicated as they are often imagined. The first thing is to master the three conditionals. You have to master them. Safi. Step 2, add to your information that the if plus present plus future is when we have 50% of the chances. ولكن كاين شي حالات اللي بالدارجه كنعبروا عليهم. شتي الدارجه راه كاين مثلا عارفك ما غاديش تبيع الطوموبيله وغنقول لك لا نبداو بالاكزامبل الاول. عارفك عندك سياره وكتبيع وكتشري في السيارات وما عندكش مشكل تبدل وهذا نقول لك الله يخليك الا بغيتي تبدل ديك السياره ديالك قولها لي دارجه. ولكن الا عرفتك شريتي سياره وانت تعبتي عليها والحلم ديالك هو دير سياره واقسمت باغلظ الايمان الا تبيعها والا تفرط فيها وانا غادي نجي نقول لك الا بغيتي تبيع سياره نقول لك الا شي نهار الا كنطولوا هذيك راه هي شفت. Okay, very good. Okay, yeah, that in this case, yes, it expresses the likelihood. Okay, when it's with the if, I mean the certainty shrinks. Okay. إلا بان لك تبيع السيارة ياس إلا بان لك كنطولوها شوية ما لاحظتوهاش هذه في الدارجة. أنا جو با I'm not a native speaker but أنا لاحظت هادشي. إلا yes or no كاينة ولا ما كايناش هاد. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's move on to question. Real conditional is type 0 and 1 and unreal conditional type 2 and 3. Zero real and real. أنا لا أحبذ هذا. You'd better call it zero conditional zero or zero conditional 1 2 and 3. ودائما كنسميو إذا ما كنقولوا conditional zero إمتى كنستعملوه لابد لأن في لونسينيومون في التدريس ديال الكونديشنال مثلا ولا حتى الجرامر ولا كناخذوا conditional الكونديشنال راه اللي سولتيه كتقول له شنو هو الكونديشن، كيقول الكونديشنال 1 كيقول لك اف بلس. هذا خطا فادح بعدا الاخوان، الله يخليكم الاساتذه الاجلاء. آه الكونديشنال كيتدرس اول حاجه الطالب باش ما يتخربقش. اول حاجه الطالب خصو يعرف على الكونديشنال هو امتى كيتستعمل. لان الا مشيتي قريتي اف بلس بريزنت و اف بلس غيتخربق، تعطي له اكزومبل ما يفهم والو، بقى يدخل يخرج في الهضره. دونك خصو يعرف امتى كيتستعمل وشنو هو وشنو هي، شنو هو ان ريل بريزنت، شنو هي هايبوثيتيكال. حنا كنستعملوا هي دي فوا كنستعملوا هاد لي تيرم راه ثقالين. عطيهم دي زيكزومبل كونكري، وهذا بحال هادشي اللي درت لكم سي تري فاسيل. هذه هي لا بيداغوجي. دونك the challenge is to make things understood. هادشي بسيط، ما نحاولوش نعقدو. انا الطريقه باش قريت الكونديشنال في البكالوريا كنت it was hell. unreal past unreal هذه ما فهمنا والو. You see, so took us time to learn these things, but anyway, so والصراحه بقت في teacher صراحه. Okay, it's learning by doing, learning by giving them example. Contextualization is very important. Okay, ما هذاك تقريه زعما if plus present qu'est-ce que tu as enseigné, tu n'as rien enseigné. هذاك الشيء هو كتجي حتى الاخر راه ما يمكنش تقول تهضر على لا فون بلا ما تهضر على لا فونكسيون. I think this is the idea. That's true. If we hit butter, it melts. Absolutely. These are scientific facts usually. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. 22. Now, let's go back to 22. Choose the best options to complete the following sentence. As I was about to pay the bill in a restaurant, I realized, and then you have an action. Is it A, B, C, D? Again, this is very easy. Tell me. سي زكريا، سي حمزه، اوكي. اثينا، وحده سميتها ضحى بوبو. Okay, Sufyan, Jabbar, our friend Duha, I'm sorry, but it's just sometimes you choose names that are weird. Anyway, so for 23, most of you, all of you, in fact, say it's C. Okay, my wallet had been stolen. Absolutely. The reason for this is that, so you have, as I was about to pay a bill in a restaurant, was, c'est passé. And what did I do? I realized that something happened in the past of the moment in which I was, which means yesterday. So the past of yesterday is the past of the past. And the past of the past is the past of the past is what? Is a past perfect. Okay, Doha says that's her name. My apologies, Doha. It's because there are people who come with some weird names here. I'm so sorry. All right. Thank you. This was the name of a singer in the in the mid 90s, actually. Okay. What used to be called country music. Okay, never mind. So 22 is okay. C, and Leah says we have two past actions. The first one should be in the past perfect, and the second one, I need to complete this, Leah. We have two past actions that are chronologically different. Okay, they are ordered chronologically. It means one of them occurred before the other. And the first chronological action, it was the first one that occurred, which is the stealing of the wallet, is the first past. It's like we have past one and then past two. Absolutely right. Very good. Thank you. Thank you so much. All right. Absolutely. All right. So let's move on, please, to the other questions. Alors, نمشيو هنايا. دونك مشينا ل 22 ها هي 22 on a fait 22. نمشيو ل 23. يلا سيدي 23 24 25. اوكي صافي ها هي 23 24 25 exactement. يلا let's go. I was about to hit end stream. I would have ended without notice. Okay. 23. You go to 23. One before the other. Oh, it's okay, Professor. Like, but we, Mr. Amrose, I think you made a mistake in the 18th question. The correct answer is B, not C. What was eight? The what was so Imad? What was question 18, please? Sorry. Let's move on to question 18. Finaya, question 18. If I were you, that yeah, for functions, I would admit that it's more common sense than anything else. I don't know whether is there any argument because when you choose you say B not C. Tell us the argument and then convince us. And of course, I wouldn't say no for that because je ne détiens pas la formation. يعني le savoir. Donc here we have a situation. It's a situation anyway. The way I thought of it was conducive to C, but if you think, my friend, you can provide us with arguments in favor of B or the one you have chosen, you are wholeheartedly welcome. Okay, so now I think we are. فين احنا يا which questions? Okay, but we need evidence anyway. It's good not to see the thing like that. Evidence is necessary. All right. I'm not saying they are wrong. عاوتاني باش ما تقولش أمروس قال wrong. No. Maybe correct, but it depends on the type of evidence that we have here. Anyway, 23 ما عرفت علاش درت هذه. Wait a minute, my friends. نمشي ل 23. Je sais pas علاش شتي. 22 دونك خصني ندير 23 هنايا. 22 ها هي 23 24 25 فوالا. بس ça marche comme ça راه مزيان. اوكي فين هادشي لايف ستريمينغ. لا ما خدمش هادشي. sorry let me again. I'm sorry my friends. علاش why is this كي 21 22 123. اسمحوا لي my friends, اسمحوا لي. I decided to do it this way. I think I am wrong in choosing to voilà, not wrong. I'm not wrong. Thank you. All right, my friends. So it's good. Okay. 23, my friends. Okay. 23. Choose the best option to complete the exchange. Then you have father, when Jane left the party, the house became dull and boring. Mother, is it I wish she would stay longer with us? I wish she stayed longer with us. If only she had stayed longer with us, and if only she could stay longer with us. I see that you all agree on C. Yes, and if you would like to justify this, you have first the expression if only, which is a synonym of I wish. Okay, that's one thing. And because with I wish, you go one step back in tense. If you say I wish for a present situation, it means now. If I wish I had a lot of money now. Even if you're talking about now, you have used the simple past. And if your situation is if you're talking about situation in the past and use I wish, it means you have to go back one step further, which becomes the past perfect, of course. So it's if only, which is a synonym of I wish she had stayed longer with us. So thank you very much for the agreement. Thank you. Okay, very good. Very good. All right. Now, for 24, what do you suggest? If she didn't have this, she needn't have discussed all the details means what? She needn't have discussed all the details. 24. Excellent. That's excellent because needn't, you needn't plus verb, needn't do something or needn't have done something, that's a past thing. It means the absence of necessity. And the absence of necessity is expressed by unnecessarily, which makes it, a very good, the best choice, of course, for logical reasons, of course. Now, let's just move on. Let me read the was for what? Let's see. Oh, shit. Smokers, okay. Just to help you with that. Um, so when James stopped, blah, 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 he realized that the area was for non-smokers. smokers هذه هي اللي مخبيه هنايا. جو سي با واش ممكن نطلعها من هنا. No. So for non-smokers, it's here. For non-smokers, ما عرفوش طلعت لكم تما ولا لا. No, not this one perhaps. The area for non-smokers. Yeah. I think it's clear now. Yes, yeah, it's here. It's here. Is it when he stopped? Yeah, of course there is no, because we have this. There is this difference between stopped smoking and stopped to smoke. We have to be aware of this. Okay, stop to smoke implies that that he was driving, and then because he needed to smoke, he stopped the car and decided to smoke. Okay, stopped smoking. It means he had the habit of لا لا مريم، لا مريم، ماشي smoking. Yes, Dr. Mustafa, that's true. So he stopped smoking. He stopped smoking means that you stop doing something, means that you are doing it and then you stop midway. Like the teacher, for example, in the classroom says, stop writing, not stop to write. Huh? Stop to write means that you are talking and you stop the talk because you want to write. فاهمين هذه؟ I think it's easy. Okay, stop smoking, quit smoking. Thank you, Ashraf. Thank you. So 25 it's okay. نمشيو ل 26 هي باينه دونك حتى 27 باينه دونك 26 اجي تفهم says it's A. The document is still confidential once we, okay, will share it with the public. Is it once we get hold of it, or we put our finger on it, or we get grasp of it, or hold on to it. 26 أستاذي. 26. 26 right? Oh, I'm sorry, my friend. Sorry. Oh yeah, I'm reading. Yeah, that's true. I did this. I skipped this. Thank you. So thank you for the reminder. تبارك الله عليكم. Okay, so 26, she was expecting help from her friends, but they, is it let her down? Had let her down ما يمكنش ما تعرفوهاش. اللي انتم ما عارفينش let someone down. I think if there is one apt enough to talk about let you down, it's you. Okay. To forsake or whatever, okay? Well, let me share with you something that made me laugh. That dates back to نقول لكم between 25 to 30 years ago. التي 24 لا المهم غيكون شي 25 ans هذه. لا سي avant, bien avant. ويلا منت لا شي 30 ans. 30 ans فاش وقع هادشي. تصوروا معايا. It's an anecdote. I had a friend whose best friend, a girl, let him down because they wanted to marry, etc. And then later on, he found her talking to someone else, and she did not even say hello to him. And he was doing third year with me. I remember. And then he came to me and said, "Well, so and so." He used the verb to forsake. She has forsaken me, and then well, I told him it's just a matter of principles. And I told him principles are, it's a matter of principles, and they are rare. قالها لي بالعربيه، قال لي يا ودي السي فلان نور الدين، قال لي البرنسيبلز بقاو غير عند تشومسكي and they are very finite in number. He was influenced by syntax. This made me laugh, really. Anyway, this is just an anecdote that I need to keep between brackets. Okay. Okay. So it's let down. هذه ما تغلطوش فيها. اش تعطيو الاسئله من هذا النوع هذا، تمشيو طايرين. Okay. I'm so sorry. Okay. They turned her down means they refused. Wait a minute. She was expecting help. They, لا, that works. The difference between the turned her down means they rejected her. Okay. But here she did not, you are turned down. What do you turn down? You turn down a request. Okay. I got the news that he is in Germany now, and I hope he's doing well. I've not had contact with him ever since. So, you turn down something that you request, something that you offer. It means reject, like that. But when you expect help, تخلوا عليها. هذا هو سميتو. ماشي رفضوها. شتي بالعربية، حتى بالعربية عندنا القضية هذه. So disappoint because you were expecting someone. I don't know if this ever happens when you have someone in the family. لا قدر الله والله يحفظ الجميع. Or you, for example, we have a health issue sometimes, and the people we expect to phone us, to ask about us, to visit us, they don't show up. For example, we say that we are let down. أما turn down is a rejection. Thank you الخذلان. Very good. That's very good. ماشي الرفض. Okay. So thank you. Although I agree with the lady who asked this question about turning down. We would have picked up turn down if we did not have let her down. دونك إلا دابزوها الجوج راه غتربح let her down. Okay, هادو داروها ليكم وراي. Did not live up to her expectations. I absolutely agree with you, Si Mustafa. Very good. That's a very beautiful expression as well. Okay, my friends, let's continue with question 27. 27. نعم سي أحمد. I think you have a slow connection there. Okay, we are in 27. The document is still confidential. Once we get a hold of it. Once we get hold of it, you put our finger on it, so it does not express this idea. So we get hold of it, it means we have it in our hands. Get grasp of it, maybe we grasp it, but we get a grasp of is more for something that is metaphorical, like mind or whatever, but something that an idea, a concept, you can get a grasp of it. But then, so here it's get hold of it. That's the one that works. So let's move on, please, to 28. Very nice. Let's نشوف أنا. Yeah. Very good. So let's move on. Oh, life is easy with this way. Look of this way of instead of uploading and wasting all the time there. 28 students who participate in extracurricular activities usually perform their peers in speaking. Yeah. غتسمحوا لي نشوف واحد الحاجه هنايا عافاكم. Anyway, بنشوفها هنا. It's a bit I agree that it's no denying that fact, but I believe that the test makers here should have shown that it's just a prefix, because here it looks like a word and it's a bit confusing, with all my respect, but because out should criticize to, it's not a critic, but it should attach to perform. So outperform is one word. It should have been shown that this has to do with a word that is not separate. But anyway, thank God we understand it this way, all right? Okay, so 2028, it's D, that's true. Or it should be hyphenated somehow. Anyway, it should be visually clear to the student that this does not have to do with a separate word. Otherwise, we will, I don't know, people might go to super because super can exist as a separate word. Out can exist as a separate word, but some might take. You see, that's the thing. So 29, ladies and gentlemen, I saw a huge fairy spider across the ceiling overbed. Again, this is something that can cause problem because we have creeping and crawling, and we have animals that are called creepy crawly animals. Okay, so scraping and craving out. Okay, and we have crawling and creeping. Now, what are they talking about? They are talking about a huge, brother, a hairy spider. Okay, huge, hairy. The word huge can indicate something here. And then across the ceiling, across, which means across شوف 428 فوالا هالأستاذة معنا مريم قالت لك exactly, that's why I thought it's B 420 فوالا donc you know, sometimes these types of little things occur anyway. So we have Hamza, we have movement, but creeping also includes movement, except that crawling, it's the movement of a spider is likely to be a crawl than a creep. When you creeping is faster. You see, creeping is really faster. See, but a huge spider crawls or goes in not in that fast way. So it's crawling rather than creeping. Thank you very much. Thank you. The baby crawls on all fours. That's true. That's true. Okay. Creeping can be used to express the movement of babies crawling. No, but not just babies, but some animals can have that. Okay. والله خلق كل دابة من ماء فمنهم من يمشي على بطنه ومنهم من يمشي على رجلين ومن يمشي على أربع. So you have that. That's Surah An-Nur if you remember that, if you have read that, all right. Okay, very nice. Ashraf, creeping can be used to express the movement of babies. Absolutely, yes, that's true. That's true. But then there are animals that creep. Usually, we use the verb for creeping. The animal crept under the door, crept into the hole, means it made its way so that it can hide. You see, you can have that, but for a spider, if we would like to look for a word that collocates with spider that would fit the movement of a spider, that's crawling. All right, very nice. All right, good. Let's move on, ladies and gentlemen. I saw a huge hairy head shishna. A swarming, moving in groups. Of course, we have all the details for movements, and that's why dictionaries are excellent companions. Okay, rather than a real dictionary, a paper-based dictionary, a monolingual dictionary is more likely to benefit, lovers of vocabulary, than the soft copies. Okay, so number 30, we have reforms that do not value the role of the teacher will certainly keep. So we have here, is it biting the dust, hitting the road, blowing the smoke, or sitting on the fence? Is it biting the dust? Okay, so we have A, B, okay. What is biting the dust? Could you please check biting the dust? Look, ladies and gentlemen, let's look at how the sentence is written. Reforms that do not value the role of the teacher will certainly keep something. It means what? Wash, voila. Is it keep dying? أصلا keep dying ما كاينش keep dying. It's either you die or not. You see? You fail or you die. Will keep failing. زعما بغيتي تقول yes. غادي تشوفوا لي الله يخليكم سي فو بوفي زعما حتى ديروا جوجل ولا شي حاجه blowing the smoke. Hitting the road is a clear case and sitting on the fence means waiting. So B and D may not okay work, but A and C شوفوا لي عافاكم blowing the smoke because I think it can be blowing the smoke. Okay, let's ask. Okay, in the absence of a dictionary now, what does the expression blowing the smoke? Oops, sorry. Yalla, paste and your answers here. And let's see. No, I'm sorry, it does not work. I have not used ChatGPT for long. So blowing the smoke to praise or express pride in one's possessions, qualities, and a couple of it says, I blow the smoke about that's very interesting. Hamza, thank you. To deceive, mislead, to talk nonsense, to impress someone. Very good. Thank you. Mustafa, very good. To exaggerate or lie. So here it's fine. Okay. All right. Um, let me delete this page. Okay. It's been شحال هذه ما استعملت هذا الشيء كيقول لي خصك تكونيكتا جو سي با واش انا ما مكونيكتيش. anyway خصني كنت تكتب الايميل. Okay, my friends. Alors, so mislead or deceive. Donc, هنايا blow the smoke is to deceive, mislead by someone. So it's not blowing the smoke. It's more يعني هنايا they wanted to say يعني these reforms are bound to failure. In which case, A, as you said, would be a good choice. But certainly not B, certainly not D. So biting the dust is more likely to be the correct choice. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, for the help. Now let's move on, please, to 31. ماشي هنا 31 هنايا. Okay, 31. Wait a minute. Voilà. Tell me, please. All right. Thank you for contributing to this. You have made, effort, to look for the expression. It's very good to check. So when students feel they, and then you have space at school, they are more likely to learn better. Is it to suit at school? Even if you don't know what, whether it's not possible to say to suit at. Okay, we don't say to suit something. مزيان, yes. Belong at school, normally it's belong to. هذه غير logique. When students feel they enroll, you don't feel that you enroll. You enroll, not feel that you enroll. So it's fit in is the best choice, of course. Get involved, fit in, thank you. You see that you belong to a group where you are respected, where you enjoy to, you are part of that community. So it's fit in. Thank you very much. All right. Now the couple, is it okay? You have space doing anything that was illegal. Is it complained doing, denied doing, admitted doing, or refused doing? B, context. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. That's true. So it was denied. It was denied. That's true. Thank you. That's true. Very good. There is this agreement on B as being the best answer. Number 33, you have the, and then you have a space, of the mayor calling an early election is quite slim. Is it the likely, or likeliness, or likelihood, or likeness? Absolutely. So the term or the word that the noun that comes from likely is likelihood, and likelihood means probability, and the probability. There is a high probability. So we say the likelihood or the probability of the mayor calling an early election is quite slim. A slim likelihood means a very thin likelihood. Okay, good. He is such an arrogant colleague. I can't his behavior any longer. He is such an arrogant colleague. I can't, and then you have a space, his behavior any longer. Do we say, I can't, okay, believe in his behavior? That's out of it. Live up to his behavior? Candidate. Make up his behavior? No. Put up with his behavior is the right choice. Our friend here, one of our friends, I don't know who, it's Ashraf, say tolerate. I cannot put up, I cannot support. I can't put up, bear or tolerate, Abu Bakr says. Thank you very much. So that's true. That's the correct choice. Now, let's okay. So let me move probably this so that it it's clear. Okay. What is your opinion about question 35? The window, please. Give us the window, please. Put up bear tolerate. What's happening? Abu Bakr, tell us. All right. So for 35, you have the decreasing global oil reserves and concerns. Okay, gas. Okay, emissions have accelerated the search more sustainable sources. So these types of questions sometimes can be very easy to answer because if you manage to, find just one of them, you can find the other with it. Absolutely, it's D. علاش؟ باسكو عندنا حيت concern, we can say concerned about, concerned with إلى آخره. But we have also concerns over. You see? ولكن شنو اللي خلاني ناخذ over ماشي at ولا about؟ هي had for. Search for. Very good. Ashraf, this is exactly what I did, my friend. Fine. So this is the idea. So it's D over 4. We have 4. Thank you very much. Let's move on, please, to 36. In language, احنا دخلنا وقيل شوية language. In language, words with the same spelling and the same pronunciation here, but different meanings are they called allophones? Are they called homonyms? Are they called homophones? Or are they called cognates? Si كل قال سي. Homophones. Would you like me to spend some time explaining the others, or do you think it's fine? Okay. I think you know all of them. Never mind. Yes, sure. Okay. Yes, please. All right. Okay. Now, very quickly, because life is already complicated, we should not complicate it here, as I always say. Allophones, this is a concept in phonology. We have a phoneme that has two pronunciations, two versions. This is an allophone. For example, you have t in English that can be pronounced as t, like time, time, and meat. They are not pronounced in the same way. So we say t of time and t of meat, okay, are allophones of t. Is that fine? العربية الدارجة عندنا حرف تاء ت اللي كيتنطق تش. كاينه ولا لا؟ اوكي. شحال تشمن تشمن، ولكن كاين اللي كونتكست الا بغى يقول لك التنبر ما يقولكش تشنبر، يقول لك التنبر حيت جات تحتها ن. دونك تش and T in Moroccan Arabic are allophones. أو الحرف ديال T يعني two different forms, two different shapes. Very good. So هذا هو الالوفون. ما نشرح لكم ذاك الشرح البسيط المبسط. Homonyms. Can anyone tell us what homonyms are? Yes. So Imad says each of two or more words having the same spelling, pronunciation, and different meaning. So the difference between a homonym and our choice, a homophone, that's why I asked you, because in a homonym, you have words that are written in the same way. Not only are they pronounced in the same way, but their writing is also the same. Okay, so we have bank, the word bank. Okay, these are homonyms. Are they homophones? Yes, because they have the same pronunciation. Well, because they are written in the same way, bank, the bank, I mean, where you go and cash money and you deposit your money, and the bank of the river, these are excellent cases of homonymy. Okay, right, and right also, right, left, but you also have the right. Although Sisaid, that's between brackets, historically, the word right, which means correct in everything, the right answer comes from right, comes from left, right, right. Okay, so here, so the question says words with the same spelling and the same pronunciation. Same spelling, same pronunciation. Same spelling, same pronunciation. Definition ديال عماد اش كتقول؟ homonym each of the two words that having the same spelling or pronunciation but different meaning. Homophone إلى اللي اختاروا homophone. I and I are homophones. Night اللي هي the opposite of day and the night اللي هو الفارس, they are examples of homophones. حيت la prononciation. Mais l'homonymie, ça demande pas seulement la prononciation, mais aussi غنقول لك cognate. فهمتي؟ mais aussi سميتو هذا l'écrit. دونك انا في هذه الحاله راه قال لك في لا كيستيون same spelling same pronunciation, ماشي غير same pronunciation, c'est l'homonymie. Okay, it's homonymy or homonyms. For cognates, usually it refers to the correspondences, the words that are similar across languages. For example, نعطيكم كاع من الامازيغيه. في الريفيه كيقولوا يوا. The cognate, the Tamazight cognate of Yua is Ayur, which means moon. In Tarifit, we say Fus. In Tarifit, it's Fus. In the other dialects, the cognate of Fus is Efus. That's what cognate means. So date and date in English are homonyms because they have the same pronunciation and the same. Okay, date and that. You're talking about that. These are cognates. Thank you. Very nice, Ahmed. Ahmed says Afus perhaps because he is a cotton and cotton. Thank you, yeah, that's true. Fus means moon. La 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 la. Fus means moon in what? La la ماشي moon. La, Fus means hand, not moon. It's what you call Afus. Arstini كني Afus. كنسني Fus. Okay, very good. So we agree. Thank you. وانا رانا يساو تشلحيت ارديت نساو ارقيساو ديات وانا رانا ندير تساو سمازيخت ارديكس نساو قصدي فوز hand as leaf head. That's true. It's more of that as chief rather than your means moon. Thank you very much. That's true. Very good. And look at this. Fuß means hand in Tarifit. In German, it means foot. Because there is this process of spiralization, it's the foot that becomes Fuß. Okay? Ironic, isn't it? Okay. Non-fiction texts that give facts and information about the topic are called, what do we call them? That's football, that's true. So here, for 37, what do you have? Non-fiction texts. أنا خصكم تعرفوا هذا الشيء. أجد فهم إذن. Yeah, إذن, that's the إذن means food in Tarifit, but إذن means dogs in another dialect. Okay, very nice. All right. Okay, can we do this? So it's C, my friends. You're talking about C. And then you're talking about C. Okay, absolutely. That's expository writing. So we talk about non-fiction texts that give facts and information. It's expository because you are exposing information. Are you persuading? No. Are you? Is it exploratory? No. So it's expository because give facts and information automatically. That is expository writing. Okay, let's move on, please. Let's move on. Let's move on, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, 37. I'm sure 38. 38, 39, 40. 38, 39, 40. ما بين لكمش 38. For 38, I have to show it here. Okay, 38, you have it here. 38, which of the following words is not a preposition? ناخذكم تبانوا معلمين. I know that you will answer it anyway. So for 38, Ashraf says it's D. And I have a tip in this regard. I have a piece of advice here. Yes, for 38, it's D without any discussion. Now, if a student asks you or someone asks you, how do you know it's D? Ashraf, where Ashraf? Very good. Because, one of the properties of a preposition is that they can be followed by a noun phrase. So we say throughout history, including myself, including the books that I told you about, including the school. Considering the information I heard. So, but you cannot say whether the information I heard, you have to finish. So whether كنقولوا subcategorizes for a clause. It selects a clause. A preposition selects an NP, a noun phrase. And therefore, D is, of course, correct. Whether can be also a synonym of if, of course. Absolutely, it's not can be. It is a synonym of if. It is, of course. All right. Now, which quantifier is used with countable nouns? Countable nouns. That's the easiest, I guess. شوف قال لك only باش ما تقولش ودي حتى a lot of. You see, you are very intelligently asked the questions. So it's a few, of course. A little is strictly with and countable. Some with countable and uncountable. بالحق لا question قالت لك only with countable. You see, a lot of course, like some for both. Thank you. Well done. Well done, my friends. Well done. Number 40. Which conditional expresses a hypothetical situation about the past? هذه الإجابة عليها سهلة. Very good. wait a minute. شكون قال 39 لا 40. ضحى علاش سي؟ لا ماشي سي. سي دي. علاش؟ Because it's a hypothetical situation about the past. Doha, is it a mistake or you would like to understand it or okay, very good. مزيان تبارك الله عليكم. تبارك الله عليكم. Very good. That's interesting. That's interesting. Thank you. Okay, 40. دابا ربما هذا الرايت هنا خصنا نتكلموا شي شويه. It's the only configuration that expresses the past. Conditional that expresses, yeah, that's true. Yeah, the rest are either in the present or present future. Let's, so we have a writing section here. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't know. Are you ready? Shall we go ahead or are you tired? Tell me, please. If you are tired, we can leave this until tomorrow. If you are not tired, we can work on this here. Libre tout. Okay? Tell me. I am waiting for your feedback. أنا فيها ما يزيد ما عنديش سميتيكال ما عنديش مشكل. Okay, yes please. سي مصطفى says very good. عندك غير نبدا يهبط هذا لو نومبر لستة سبعة. أنا أعتذر لكم. But I hope we can continue. Very good. إخوان الآخرين واش نكملوا ولا لا؟ Anyway, let me finish. Anyway, let's finish. So there is this thing that I would like to tell you about the section of writing. Why should you do intensive work on writing? For a number of reasons. This is part of this training session, this session in which we are meeting and which we are exchanging. So this is a very important part. Question: why should I work on my writing intensively before the exam? Answer: كاين واحد piece of evidence number one. Element of the answer number one. I say piece of evidence. You need to get trained on how to hold a pen and use it for writing. A catastrophe may come up when you spend all your university life typing and only typing, and when the exam comes, okay. واللاتي سليمان يا سليمان قلت لنا writing ولا احتواء MCQ. اما ما عنديش فكره، انا ما كنقول لكمش نعطيكم هذا الشيء ولا MCQ just in case you never know. المهم هذا راه ديال 21 واش يعطيو لكم writing ولا لا je ne sais vraiment pas, mais il faut que vous vous prépariez ولا que vous préparez. Okay, donc you have to yes it is. Ahmed Awin says anyway. أنا غادي نهضر على هذا الشيء. Just put it at the back of your mind, and I strongly advise you to do some work on your writing. ما تقولش غيعطيني أنا MCQ. شكون قالها لينا؟ ما عرفناش. It has been MCQ, but you never know. You never know, my friend. You never know. All right. Anyway, كما كان الحال, you need to get some training on how to write on paper, a pen, and then you write. Because the exam, on the day of the exam, you will not type. That's number one. Number two, in writing, you have all right. Okay. Thank you for your feedback, ladies and gentlemen. Anyway, for writing, number one, there needs to be some real work, some writing. If only just to write. That's number one. Number two, in writing, there are two dimensions. It's a 50-50 thing. There is this dimension of organization, whether your essay has the characteristics of an academic essay. That's number one, organization. You should know when they ask you to write a paragraph, you should know what the paragraph consists of. When they ask you to write an essay, you should be aware of what because they will see that, whether the introduction has the elements of the introduction, and whether each paragraph has the elements of a paragraph. And then a concluding paragraph. You definitely need to be aware of this. And then you need also to mind your language, like problems relating to punctuation. surtout هاد أنا كنقولها مباشرة. زعما عندك run-on sentences والفراجمنتس هادو هما اللي خرجوا على عباد الله في الرايتين. أنا كنسميهم الكبائر ديال الرايتين هكا in front of my students, just like that. These are intolerable mistakes. Therefore, so yeah, including coherence, cohesion, of course. شوف اللي يعرف لا ستركتور ديال ان باراغراف ولا ستركتور ديال ليساي اون جينيرال غادي يبعد عليه الكوهيرنس بروبلمز اند كوهيجن بروبلمز. كون على يقين. Ashraf, that's a piece of advice made of gold. That's golden piece of advice. I always tell those who struggle with writing to go back to the basics. هادشي اللي ما بغاوش يفهموا عباد الله. You see, سير اخويا شوف لي لا فراز باللغه الانجليزيه، انت ما فاهم حتى لا فراز عباد الله، ما فاهم حتى لي تيب دو فراز اللي كاينين. هذوك ثلاثه د لي فراز، ثلاثه عباد الله، عندنا ثلاثه ديال الفراز في الأونجلي. الا تحكمنا فيهم وكنعرفوا نفصلوا بيناتهم وهذا راه غادي نكون داكشي غيدوز بسلام. الا كنستعملوا فوكابولير ما عرف ديالاش اكسبريشنز وانا كندير داك رانوسات نزافرك ما سي ان بروبليم هذا. اوكي nice. So please let's bear this in mind. Okay, let's bear these things in mind. Now, since I have this question, to what extent do you agree or disagree with the statement? And then you have give reasons for your answer and include any relevant example from your experience. Are they asking me to write a paragraph here? No. Are they asking me to write a short essay? Yes. And we can judge also from the space that is provided, for us, 2 pages at least. So they are asking you here to write an essay, an argumentative essay. Thank you very much. An argumentative essay. So let me talk to you briefly about the introduction. What should you include? Now, before even the introduction, my friends, before even the introduction, you read the question carefully. Today's generation are spending too much time playing computer games, chatting aimlessly on social networking sites, or simply watching TV, and too little time doing things which involve physical activity. Do you, to what extent do you agree or disagree with this statement? So what should my first concern be? اشنو خصني ندير في هذه الحالة أنا؟ Donc, very good بعدا. Deja, I know that I have an essay, and I also know that I should have an argumentative essay. What is the nucleus, the heart of the introduction? Don't write anything, my friends. On your draft, you have to produce a thesis statement. أول حاجة خصني نديرها في writing نكتب thesis statement ديالي هي الأولى. ما كاين لا thesis statement d'abord. C'est une stratégie. C'est à ma façon peut-être, but writing a good thesis statement is it's a very good first step. غتحيد عليك بزاف د المشاكل. Donc هنايا qu'est-ce que je suis censé faire? عندي to what extent do you agree or disagree with the statement? Which statement? The statement that today's generation spend time on networking and too little time for doing involving physical activity. Donc I should produce a sentence here bearing my opinion. Am I free to disagree? Yes, because they ask me to choose whether to agree or disagree. Do I have the right to agree? Yes. Do I have the right of being neutral? Theoretically, yes, but because you have an argumentative essay, it should be, your thesis statement at least has to take a position. You have to take a position. Okay? So this thesis statement needs to your thesis statement needs to be a straightforward sentence that expresses an opinion. You understand me or no? احنا ما كنهضروش على حتى شي اسبي في الانترودكسيون. احنا كنهضروا على the heart of it. عاد نمشيو نبنيو على هذه الشوز. You see, take a position in your thesis statement. For example, you can say, as far as I can tell, to my mind, according to me, I strongly believe that, and then you continue. I strongly believe this with this. I strongly agree, with the idea that today's generation spends more time on social media and too little time on physical activity. يعني بعبارة أخرى كنهضروا على هنايا في thesis statement كنردوا لهم البضاعة ديالهم. كناخذ لا كيستيون وكنحولها my opinion about it. انا غنعطيكم ان اكزرسيس بور دومان. الله يجازيكم بخير ماي فريندز. خليونا غدا الحصه ديال غدا ان شاء الله. كتسمعوني؟ بليز سي if you can agree with me or not. الله يجازيكم بخير. اليوم غادي نهضروا على الانترودكشن ياك. اليوم we will talk about the introduction. Please ladies and gentlemen غادي ناخذوا هاد الكيستيون لا كيستيون هادي وكل واحد فيكم يكتب لي اون انتروداكسيون اللي غادي يجي بيستيها لينا هنا في الكومنتير ونصحوا نديسكوتيو اونصومبل. صافي متفقين؟ دونك اليوم غنهضروا على العموميات، ماشي عموميات، نهضروا على لا ستركتور ديال الباراغراف ديال الانتروداكسيون. حنا في النيفو ديال الانتروداكسيون. دونك ستيب 1 شوف. ثانك يو the people who are serious you know. هكا غنتعلموا، هكا غادي نتعلموا. اوكي غنتعلموا بهذه الطريقه الرائعه بيان سور، لان الطريقه ديالي جدا رائعه. اوكي نايس. سو ذا انتروداكشن لا ما نظنش اخي مصطفى، السي مصطفى، ما نظنش باللي هاد الاخوان اللي معنا هنا غيمشيو يجينيريو شي حاجه من الاي اي، لانه ما يسون سيريو وبغاو ترينين ان شاء الله. غادي I'm sure they will make their own efforts because they are serious and I see a lot of maturity in them صراحة. And by the way this is why I continue to be here with you. Very good. So غدا إن شاء الله نتلاقاو بيج برو استعمل داك الاستراتيجي ديال كتسمى avoidance. الحاجه اللي تخليك خليها. look for another word, look for another way of expressing. واخا تبدل الجمله كامله المهم باش تفلت من هذه. okay never mind. انا I trust that our friends will not check with زعما ask AA to generate ideas to generate anything from them. I don't think he will do it here. في هذا النيفو هذا تبارك الله في هذا زعما je ne pense pas. Si Mustafa say that in joke because it's one way of drawing attention to the use of AI. All right, so introduction. في هذا النوع هذا ديال الأسئلة غادي خصنا thesis statement، جملة مفيدة direct I believe that ولا I don't believe that. يستحسن ناخذ position. Okay. رقم 2 في الانترودكشن it should have you know a funnel shape. c'est-à-dire مثلا هنايا ممكن نبدا الانترودكسيون ديالي with a joke وممكن with an anecdote or a general statement like saying the generation today is not like the generation of 20 years ago, and then you might give a small example وغادي تهبط تك. Some people believe that you know today's generation are lazy while others say that they are more active إلى آخره، حتى تكون the most specific part of your introduction هي thesis statement ديالك، وهي آخر جملة تكتب في argumentative essay. صافي. دونك انتم دابا شويه عييتوا، انا كذلك. دونك هضرنا على دونك غتاخذوا هذا الموضوع عفاكم. جو سي با واش غنصيفطوه لكم ولا ديروا شي سكرين شوت ولا صوروه ولا غتلقاوه دو فاسون في اللايف. انا اللايف راه غادي يبقى ولا اكود ذاتس ترو ضياء. ونتمنى على الاقل بعض الاخوان غدا ان شاء الله غادي نديروا جوج حوايج. فوالا هذا هو البروغرام ديال غدا. غدا ان شاء الله غنسبانديو وندوزو واحد شويه د الوقت في الديسكشن، ماشي غير في الشيب ديال الانتروداكشن، جاست ذا انتروداكشن عاد غنمشيو لحوايج اخرين. دونك we will talk about the introduction and we will move on to an activity where we discuss how we can organize the paragraphs الى اخره. وما عنديش مشكل لنا a third live session where we will see the whole essay ان شاء الله. علاش؟ okay. Thank you. So I think this is enough also for me because I feel I'm somewhat tired. But it's good that we talked about this aspect, this introduction. Thank you very much. And if you would like to show any acknowledgement to this effort after the live, rather than going to bed, okay. Okay. We will see what to do. We can't comment on the introduction. One thing you can do is send them to me ولا سندمتو. شوف انا عندي لكم واحد الحل، الله يجازيكم بخير. شكرا بعد على هاد سميتو، على هاد التنبيه باللي the comments you know we can't comment in instruction. عندي لكم اقتراح ماي فريندز. الاقتراح هو ان تكتبوا داك الشيء في دوكيومنت وورد، ياك دوكيومنت وورد، وتصيفطوه ليا بوتيتر، تصيفطوه ليا في انا غدا غنتيليشارجيهم ونقراهم بالسميه، كتبوا السميه ديالكم فيهم ماشي مشكل، وبغيتو انونيموس نكتبوا انونيموس ماشي مشكل. انا غنكتب توت اون ليست ونقرا عليكم، ولا ندير لهم هكا، انا ندير لهم هاد سميتو غيبانوا لكم بحال هاد التكست هذا اللي عندي سميتو صافي. دونك غدا ان شاء الله باي داي كتبوه جوست لانتروداكسيون لان خصنا نفهموا شنو هو دو كوا يلساجي، كيفاش كتكتب ونشوفوا لا لونغ الى اخره. انا متاكد غتكتبوا داك الشيء كانكم في امتحان. وربما اقتراح هو جوجل دوكس مثلا، ولا غير صيفطوا لي، ما عنديش مشكل، صيفطوا غير في دوكيومنت وورد، عافاكم صيفطوا لي في دوكيومنت في وورد فور دوك صافي. صيفطوا لي في الوورد، كتبوا داك الشيء في الوورد، سيفيه، صيفطوه لي الميساج غير في الفيسبوك جروب، فيسبوك سميت هذاك لاباج ديالي يور اكاديميك كومبانيون دكتور امروز، غتكونوا عارفينها. الا ما كاينش تواصلوا مع الاستاذ مصطفى مرشد، دكتور مصطفى، وربما حتى هو يعاون في هذا الشيء. دونك الا بغيتوا تتصلوا بالسي مصطفى مرحبا، بغيتوا تصيفطوا لي انا مرحبا. shall we make a Google Classroom. انا ما نكذبش عليك، انا ما كرهتش هذا اليوتيوب شانل ديالي يكون فيها بزاف الناس، سي بور سا كو في جوجل كلاس روم I don't know how to link it to YouTube, otherwise we can do that as well. اوكي اقترح السي مصطفى الله يخليك جوجل فورمز. كي غنديروا الجوجل فورمز؟ واش تقدر تكلف السي مصطفى الله يجازيك بخير، كتب ليهم لادريس ديالك تما الاخوان. Okay, Sim Mustafa, would you kindly do this favor to me? How can you contact? I can create it, but how can you share the link? Would you kindly share it here before we leave? Or because how can you do it here? How can you create it and get in touch with our friends here? So Mustafa, I'm waiting for your response. Okay, comment on the video later. واخا كملوا الديسكشن في فوالا. شوف السي مصطفى الله يجازيك بخير، اللي قدرتي دير واحد الجوجل ايميل او واتساب جروب نيم anyway you will comment here. صافي السي مصطفى just comment on the after the live ان شاء الله. برافو. thank you أشرف for the suggestion as well. Thank you so much. ما تنسوش like and all those comments. Donc, have a good night and see you inshallah tomorrow. To you via email and then you can share it. Yeah, that's a possibility. So اللي شوفوا عافاكم، شوفوا لي كومونتير اللي غادي تكتبوا ابخي هذا اللايف هذا. سي مصطفى might paste a link there، من بعد انا غادي ريكوبيري. سينو اللي يقدر يصيفط لي حتى لابواط ديالي في الفيسبوك ما عنديش مشكل. يور اكاديميك كومبانيون دكتور امروز. مرحبا سي عماد. thank you everyone. thank you. have a good time my dear friends.